is not sustainable. We've destroyed this country, and if we don't call ourselves back, it will be beyond redemption very soon. How do you... I'm a lawyer. I was trained as one. I would even go as far as to sometimes argue that perhaps I was born one. But here is the thing. Even me, I have cases in the system. I went to court knowing I won't get justice. Just for the record, just so that people will not say, what did you do about it? That's how hopeless our judiciary has become. Only the rich can get any vestige of justice within the system. Only the rich. Only the rich and the powerful. The judicial system has become a tool for the oppression of the weak. People went out to protest. I'm sorry, I need to make this point. People went out to protest against hunger. They went out to protest against hunger. You had somebody like Wike, governments all over the place, even the ones in Lagos State, they rushed all over the place, went to the court, to go and get injunction against people looking to protest. They used the judiciary to handcuff citizens, quote and unquote, who presume to demand the right to peaceful protest. The judiciary was the one, they used judges to issue pronouncements. To make the matter worse, the state went ahead and charged peaceful protesters for treason. Treason. You want to criminalize the right of protest? Treason. Hungry people came out. You are selling them daily. And you are criminalizing protest, and the judiciary has become complicit. So when you use the phrase, the Nigerian elite, question is, who is the Nigerian elite? Sybaritic, myopic, people consumed by consumption. They don't think beyond what they will eat next, what they will drink. That's the only thing that ever crosses their minds. It's just about existing. They don't think beyond their lifetime. All they focus on is in stupid acquisition of money, obscene display of debauchery of all sorts, ever more debased acquisition of the commonwealth. Are those the ones you call elite? Mindless pursuit of money as if they are going to live forever. They live stupidly consumed by the pursuit of money. We don't have elite in Nigeria. We have no elites in Nigeria. If we were a country blessed with an elite class, they would have demanded better, both of themselves and of the society they have built. You know the tragedy of the people you are calling elite? The pinnacle of their achievement in their own eyes is their capacity to buy homes abroad and send their children abroad and be able to take their children abroad. They build things that their children cannot even inherit. They are building a country that their children can't survive in. Are those the ones they are calling elite? Which elite? Nigeria is not blessed with an elite class. Wherever you look at it, whether it's in the academia, whether it's in politics, whether it's in the economy itself, which elite? The only thing they compete about is my private jet is bigger than yours. That's all now. Which elite? What is elite about our society? Exactly what have they done in the society that is suggestive of a people that may be considered elite? What elite? All of them are carrying second passports. Each and every one of the person you may call elite in Nigeria today has a second passport. If the British who governs us indirectly or the Americans who benefit from our putrefaction have not granted them either permanent stay or residence or their passport, their children are carrying it, or they will go and buy one of the Mediterranean countries' passports, or they will go to say all these funny countries, Grenadine, this one, that one, each and every, including your traditional rulers, they all carry all these funny passports up and down the place. Are those the ones they are calling elite? Elites living in slums. Those are the elites. We have no elites in Nigeria. Don't let's fool ourselves. We have no elites. So please, stop. You don't have an elite. I'm sorry to say. There is no elite in Nigeria. Please.
But my point, and I understand your sentiments, Mr. Farotimi. My point is that we must find, and I know that you believe that a lot of these things are hopeless, but we must, to the extent that we are alive, we must find a redemptive cause. There must be things that wait, but just a minute. There must be things that we should be able to talk about, where we can say that, okay, look, this thing is ruined. This is how to rebuild, and that's what I'm trying to get you to talk about. Yes, okay. Go ahead, please.
Remember, I came into the public space in Nigeria in February 2015. From that time up until date, I warned Nigerians each and every time they were getting to junctions and they were about to make errors. I warned our rulers, I warned the people themselves. Over the years, each and every critical moment, I did not find the peace of the grave. I kept my mouth open. I never kept quiet. And each time, I also offered solutions. I didn't merely lament about the problems. I went further. I wrote down the solutions. So I have never been quiet. I even participated in the last election. I got involved. So I have never been quiet, and I offered solutions. And this time again, I'm not shy. It's the same solution. That's why I keep saying that we are lying to ourselves when we look at sectors. Our problem is systemic. We need to be honest enough to tell ourselves that our situation is abnormal. And you cannot find salvation within the existing system. The existing system is incapable of delivering anything positive. And in the knowledge of that, I have said repeatedly over the years, we need a revolution in Nigeria. The only duty of the conscious is to ensure that that revolution does not become violent. We are already in a tailspin. We are already entering multiple cycles of violence. The only reason the people appear to be docile is because nobody wants to go and fight without purpose. So, those who believe that our system is unsustainable as it is, and I believe that, the thing we should be doing is to be discussing the plan for the day after. Without a plan for the day after, what you have is chaos. Nkrumah was very specific. He said revolutions are brought about by men of action who act as men of thought. You don't go onto the street and start burning. It's our commonwealth you'll be burning. But it's within our right to tell our rulers that we can no longer accept the way we are being ruined. It's within our rights, even the democratic rights of citizens. Even though you might not treat us as citizens, even our human right says that you cannot beat a child and then demand or dictate how loudly it must cry. The only thing that we have failed to do is to organize ourselves in a manner that forces it on the ruiners to understand that we are united in our demand. Look at what is happening in Maiduguri. They told you this dam was going to break. You were told, you knew, like less than a week before it eventually broke, you came out and said, your team of experts said nothing will happen. They don't care about us. And we can't continue in this manner. What happened in Maiduguri is not unique to Maiduguri. You find it replicated across the length and breadth of Nigeria. There is no part of our country that has escaped this madness. So why has it become so difficult for us? Because, like you said, you are looking for elite. It is that elite class that should be building the consensus, that should be making the plan for the day after. But where are they? They are drinking 32-year-old whiskey. They are chasing their next big kill. Those are the ones that should now be telling the people that they should be having plan for the day after the mess that we have become immersed in. So when you say solution, the solution is clear. We simply can't continue like this. What you call a revolution is simply a turnaround. It's simple. The military can come with their banditry and then turn revolution into something that is supposedly violent, because each and every military adventurers and bandits call their people. They say Revolutionary Army Council. Bandits calling themselves revolutionary. So they spoiled the name. But what is a revolution? It simply means a turnaround. you have to turn around. If you don't know where you are going, you must at least know where you are coming from.
So that means that there must be some kind of a way to arrange this thing, which is we want to change the system. Now, you've argued and submitted that, hey, look, I mean, we can't depend on the elites, which is another way of saying that a lot, you are dissatisfied with the behavior and the conduct of a lot of them. But my view is that there are enough Nigerians who share your sentiment, who share my sentiment, that things can be fixed. And we must be able to find those people, men and women, and then in an orderly fashion, begin to pursue the ideals that we believe ought to be the replacement, ought to be the anchor for the new system. That's my point about the elite consensus. Of course, I know that, you know, a lot of the description that you have made about the elites, yes, there are those that fit into it. But I must tell you, Mr. Farotimi, that there are enough people who have the right mind, who have the determination and the resolve. Okay? My point is that how do you get those people around? There must be some kind of orderly and something that is within the ambit of the law. Because, hey, in spite of all the disorderliness that you have described, we must find, you know, we still have to use some kind of orderly atmosphere to arrange what it is that ought to be done, because even you subscribe to the idea that you don't want a bloody, you don't want a violent revolution.
There are different prophets sent to different pulpits. I don't pretend to be Yele Sowore. I don't pretend to be Peter Obi or Donald Duke or anyone else. I am simply Dele Farotimi. It might very well be that the totality of the purpose of my own life is to point out to the members of that elite class who still retain some basic capacity to think like human beings, to listen to the ranting of the like of me, who is not necessarily particularly sane. So they can then take that and understand maybe all I need to do is rant like I'm ranting, so that the more reasonable and methodical who might be, because you remember, I think it was Prophet Elijah, he was crying to God, I'm the only one that is remaining of all your prophets. God said, shut up. I have 7,500 who have not tasted of Baal's meat. So it is very possible, and sorry? Yeah, I know as a fact that there are a lot of good Nigerians, some of them completely silent, unknown. I'm just the one who is blessed to have cameras in front of me to speak for some of them. They just don't have the voice, or they want to say it and they can't say it the way I'm saying it. But those who are hearing, and it is given to them to organize, to begin to talk about the plan for the day after, they should get together and start talking. There are good men in this country. What kind of stupid country would I be in if I'm the only person who is capable of recognizing the truth? It will mean I'm crazy. It's already bad enough that I'm considered mad, but I know that there are multiple persons who also sees the things I'm saying and whose approach are completely different from mine. But it doesn't matter. Whatever approach they have, they are the ones who should now feel themselves propelled to take action.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thoughts. Please be respectful with your comments. Also, please click the like, click the notification bell, and subscribe to this channel.